What is up everyone, my name is Battlepass and welcome back to another video. And today's episode I'm going to cover the part 2 of the Founders, and we're getting a new module, and I covered it in the part 1 already, which is a type of module that is increasing the accuracy and projectile speed for the weapons. And we're also getting a very exciting weapon, and I'm very looking forward to it. We're getting a new type of cannon that is able to shoot in burst up to 3 projectiles, and apparently if you hit the projectiles on an enemy you can activate the perk which makes the weapon into an artillery. So here on this web page we are seeing some new goodies for the Founders, and the Founders are in play again. New features of the Major March update part 2. They're telling that let's continue talking about the new feature of the upcoming Founders season. In this entry we'll share some information about legendary parts, a heavy cabin and a cannon with 2 modes of firing. We also recently mentioned 2 new frames in our social media posts. Are you intrigued? Let's take a look. So what I can see, we're getting ourselves a new beautiful looking legendary heavy cabin, and it's gonna be actually really great for people who love to make art builds and everything. So yeah, keep an eye on this one. So apparently this is gonna be the heaviest and the slowest cabin in the game, which is very similar to like Catalina and Beacon, but the only difference is that while receiving damage, you're buffing yourself, which is a very interesting perk. So basically it encourages you to take damage and play specific builds that are maybe close range, where you have to rush in, or some type of like sniping builds or like medium range builds. I don't know, there's going to be different types of build for it. But they're also mentioning that can Founders return without bringing a cabin from a heavy construction machine? No way. The new heavy cabin encourages heroically taking damage during battles, since it is the slowest and the most massive one in the game. But while you're tanking, you're also powering up. The parameters of the cabin increase when you take damage, and not just big spikes of boosting just one. All characteristics of the cabin gradually improve over time. The bonuses accumulate until the end of the battle. So yeah, it's gonna have the basically same mechanic as Catalina and Beacon. You're building up the perk and it's gonna stay that permanently till end of the battle, which is quite nice. But I'm curious still how this cabin is gonna work. Does it have any external perks and everything? Plus, I also see it has this kind of nodes, which really does remind me of like Omnibox, and I think there was another cabin that had like something. Oh yeah, the Whaler cabin. So this is something that kind of reminds me of those. We are getting the legendary cannon, and they say the Founders love parts that can switch modes. I agree, there's a lot of those. The new legendary cannon is a flexible tool of destruction with impressive vertical aiming angles, which is quite in line with its general concept. The main firing mode is the same as of classic cannon that fires on a ballistic trajectory. The only difference is that the new legendary cannon can fire a burst of several projectiles. If you hit your target, you can activate a perk that allows you to switch to the second firing mode. It turns your cannon into artillery and fires on a plunging trajectory. Each shot in the mode deals massive damage. No enemy can hide from this cannon. Oh, this is really interesting cannon, and I'm really looking forward to it. So it seems like this is going to be a singular weapon, and it's going to be a high energy consuming weapon. So but I also don't see why not it being also like about the same level as any other cannon, or maybe 13 like normal, or I don't know. So this could be also used like dual, like you can do normally with artillery, let's say like incinerator, Jotun, header and mandrake. So this could be like another interesting weapon to be added to the game, and I'm very curious. And since I'm a cannon main, this makes me extremely happy to see more cannons come to the game. But let's hope it's not going to be too OP, but it's hard to tell because you know how the devs are. The best part about this update is the new frames. We're getting 3x1, 3x3 and also L-shaped 3x3. This is going to make building way better and easier to build asymmetrical builds, and especially if you have the cabins like Deadman or the Beacon, and I don't know if there was another one that was kind of asymmetrical, but at least with those 2 cabins. So this is pretty much going to be it for today's video, and I apologize this being very short. And I also want to let you guys know that the Discord server is almost ready to be released and everybody can join it. I'm still tweaking a little bit the settings and the bot commands, so it's still a little bit work in progress, and hopefully at the end of this week at least, I will be able to release the server and everybody can join me. So I thank everybody for watching this video. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I'll see you guys again for some exciting gameplays and some wacky shenanigans, hint hint. So yeah, take care and peace.